I need to start wearing a respirator when I step out of the house because in that short distance between my back door and my car, all of like 3 meters, it's completely killed my sinuses. Like I am so fucking clogged up. Like you could hear it in my voice. So I'd say we're off to a pretty good start for today. I'm going to be choking on my mucus during this entire lift. And I've never had allergies like this before. Like, not in my entire life. I've always been like blessed to not have a problem. But this last year, something's changed. But you know what hasn't changed? The plan to go and hit legs. That was a good segue. But we're not working today, so I have plenty of time to fully throttle hamstrings and quads. But I think the plan is warm up, do some lying hamstring curls. Maybe I'll do some seated curls if I feel like it. I really wouldn't mind just sitting there on the lying hamstring curl and banging out a good couple sets. But I definitely want to finish with RDLs because that stretch that I get after getting so pumped up in hamstrings, when you're able to like get that really nice stretch, I don't know, man. It's pretty fucking crazy. So I think that's definitely on the docket for today. And then for quads, I mean, we've definitely got leg extensions on the table. And, if I feel strong or, I feel up for it, maybe some squats. Squats is a little, I mean, I could just kind of be a bit of a coward about it, but my justification here is that squats are, I mean, obviously they bias your quads, but it really is a systemic movement. I mean, like after a good set of squats, like you have got to rest for like a pretty substantial amount of time compared to like a set of hard leg extensions. Like after like a minute or two, I'm good. Squats, I've got to sit there and like huff and puff for a while. And given the nature of a cut, I've only got so much energy like in my system. And so to do squats, I feel like I'm not getting as much bang for my buck as I would be doing leg extensions and leg press. So that's why I say if I feel like strong and energized when I'm in there, maybe we'll do it, but also maybe not. uh, in terms of preparation for the gym, I am pretty darn well rested. I actually, damn, I just saw Bentley. Uh, but pretty darn well rested. I slept in a lot later than I wanted to. I keep saying that I want to start going like in the mornings, just as I do on the days that I'm working, just to get my body more acclimated to it. But then I keep sleeping through all of my alarms. So maybe that's just kind of my body's way of telling me, hey, you got to get more rest. But regardless, we are well rested today, pretty well hydrated, drank a ton of water. And then for carbs, had a little packet of Welch's fruit gummies. So I think we're all set for as good of a leg day as I can get. I do have a little bit of a headache. I think it might just be because of all the allergens floating around in the air. But I'm sure after I warm up and get into the zone a little bit, I'll be good. I will be ready to go. Oh, so yesterday, yesterday was a great arm day. And afterwards, while I was at work, uh, a dream came true for me. I was walking around doing my thing, ran into one of the fellas in maintenance, and I'm tight with everybody in every department. Uh, but this dude, me and him, we just started talking. He's a lifter, but we just started kind of yapping about random stuff, and then the topic of the gym came up, and I got him in a unskippable cutscene where I pretty much yapped at him for like 30 minutes. We were just like going back and forth talking about lifting, like every aspect of lifting, what our favorite lifts are, and why we do what we do, and this and that. But that was pretty fucking sick. I mean, as you guys know, I love talking about lifting. So that was a nice little bonus to the day. So, hey man, if you're passionate about something and you can find an avenue to kind of express yourself, it's pretty fucking great. Like, lifting is definitely one of my favorite things, if you can't tell by now. And, I don't have a lot of like lifters in my life. So these videos are a nice way for me to kind of just yap about it and get it out of my system. But of course, if I could get somebody else, if I could talk to anybody about it, I definitely will. But enough yapping for now. I've got to get this mucus situation under control. So, I will see you guys once I'm done. Holy shit. Oh my God. That was, for lack of better words, a freaky workout. Oh. Oh God. I can almost understand why people say like, oh, I skip legs on a pretty frequent basis. Because I'm not gonna lie, like that shit was really hard today. Like I felt it. Normally like I've got all the excitement and adrenaline running through my system to where like I'm just like really into it. But for the first few sets, I was just like struggling. I wasn't like fully there yet. And that's not to say that I wasn't intense and I didn't push myself, but it's just one of those things of like your mentality during the lift can really make it. Cause if you're like really hyped, you just watched, Luffy versus Kaido and, you're just super hyped. You've got some good fucking music going. Dude, it's not hard for you to kill a workout. But if you're struggling, you're a little tired, you got a headache, the music's just not hitting right, it's a lot harder. I get it. But I found my way and I got super into it and holy shit. I turned what could have been a pretty subpar workout into a fucking phenomenal lift. What the fuck are we doing? Buddy, you gotta get going. You gotta get fucking moving. And I did exactly what I told you guys I was gonna do. We did, I want to say 3 sets of lying hamstring curls. And then the thing I really like about the hamstring curls is you can kind of spot yourself. This is like a stack loaded laying hamstring curl. And so when I start getting to that point where I can't really complete the rep, all I have to do is like reach over and just kind of like help myself out, pull a stack of them, give it a little oomph, and I can really pump it up. So it's fucking crazy today. And then, 2 sets of seated hamstring curls and then 2 sets of RDLs. And at that point, I was gassed out. I was already fucking tired. But then I moved on. I warmed up my adductors, warmed up the quads a little bit more. And then I banged out 5 really good heavy sets of leg extension. And when I say heavy, I don't mean like, ego lift and do like quarter reps. I mean, there's definitely a little ego. I maxed out the machine. And some of the reps were a little scrappier than I'd like, but the whole point of the movement, at least what I kept in mind, was to really hold it at the top for a second. And kind of really squeeze them at the gas. And shit, man. When I climbed out of the leg extension, I had to like hold myself up for a second. I had to grab onto the machine next to me just to like not lose my balance. And after that, you guys will be really proud of me. I did, 5 sets of standing calf raises or calf, the fuck you call it. Yeah, it's a standing machine, the weight's on your shoulders and you just, go up and down with your calves. So freaky ass pump as always. Holy shit, I'm tired. Forgot to mention, so yesterday when I was talking to that maintenance guy about lifting, he did deliver some pretty devastating news. He told me that he regularly skips legs. And I like the guy, but I lost a little respect for him. I was happy to see a fellow lifter, but guys, I know legs are hard. It's really fucking hard. But don't forget that the guy who has like pretty big legs in proportion to his body is a lot more impressive than the guy who has a very like stacked upper body, but then chicken legs. It just doesn't, you look like a One Piece character and not in a good way. So please don't skip legs. If I can fucking do it, you can too. Who am I? I'm just some random ass dude who likes to yap. Alright. I'm nobody special. And I'm still out here killing legs. So do yourself a favor. Get into it. But enough motivational mumbo jumbo. I've got to fill up this gas tank and then I've got to fill up my own gas tank. I don't know where I'm going to get food from. I don't know. I'll think about it, but expect it to be a fairly carb heavy meal, but of course a protein heavy meal as well. So we've got chest tomorrow and there's a good chance we'll have a guest star. So we'll see, but, see you guys tomorrow.